Hey everyone, welcome back to Brick System Brothers. My name's Nathan Masters. Today we are looking at what's inside this little blue tote. If you watched our footnotes, you know what's in here. Let's check it out. Alright, before we get into the tote, there's a little bit here to address. And if you didn't watch our footnotes, today's video is the instructions from the Joblot of Lego I bought last year. It was a $200 purchase. I haven't counted everything yet, but I'm estimating over 30,000 pieces, and the purchase included this entire crate of Lego instruction books, which I don't necessarily feel like I need to have for every set that I try to put together, but they do hold a little bit of value, so I will gladly take them. Just in this bag here, there are a few little booklets that I wanted to include in the video, just so that we've got a complete story. Most of the stuff in here is spare pieces, collectible minifig little pamphlets, and it looks like a little poly bag instruction, so not a whole lot there of note. There are two Avengers Age of Ultron comics. This is a Destiny's Bounty sale, and this is 7950 Kingdoms Joust, little instruction book. Format today, I'm just going to unpack this, not necessarily look at every single book, but if there is something that does rise above, I'll talk about that for a little bit. And I have looked at this briefly, actually right after I purchased the Joblot. I opened this up to kind of see what was in here. I started doing a little bit of record keeping as far as which books I had, but I didn't get very far into that. Of course, I was more focused on the actual Lego bricks. So, we're in the middle of Phase 3. If you don't know, Phase 1 and Phase 2 were the original sort to get all the Lego. Phase 2 is the cleaning. Phase 3 is kind of a further breakdown. And then after everything, I'm going to do a recap on the whole series. The entire purchase, you know, break it down, how it turned out, price per piece, weight, numbers, all that good stuff. Just instructions today. Monster Fighters 9462. Monster Fighters was a quirky little theme that, looking back, I wouldn't mind having more of. So I'm glad there was some in here. Glow-in-the-dark skeleton horse. Will be time for an update to my horses video. DC Comics Super. Alright, let's get into the actual instructions. I've kind of already separated this out into the three main sizes of instructions. So here's all the small booklets. And then I have some of the medium booklets. There's actually names for the paper sizes. I do not know those off the top of my head. Birds I might. A couple more mediums, and the rest of these are all standard size books. Yeah, so this is the lot of it. 40057. You know what? I'm just gonna kind of pass things across the camera. More of that superheroes. Alien Conquest. I'm going to have to do a count of all of the themes in here. It's really going to be one of our more... that is a nice set with the pigs there. I did not get any pigs that I know of. Okay, a couple of the farm, Lego City Farm sets. Got a year on here, 2010. I think it's time for the farm series to come back. What do you guys think? A couple of those sets in here. Oh yeah, another note, just because I have the instructions in this video doesn't mean that I have the pieces that go with these instructions in the rest of the videos for the Joblot. This has a reduction sticker on it. Ultra Agents. Lego Racers. Let's actually do it this way. Let's get everything spread out on the surface, and then we'll look at like 8 of them at once or something like that. So some Star Wars, some sports, superhero, Scooby-Doo, and racers. This was a battle pack that I know a lot of people bought to build clone armies, and pretty sure this battle pack is still in demand even though it's retired. So that was a really effective way to get a lot of these clone troopers that LEGO was putting out. Here's some more specialized clone troopers with the BARC speeder. I actually prefer this BARC speeder design to the one in the 501st. For this Scooby-Doo set, 75902, this has an exclusive windshield element that I've been trying to get my hands on. I mean, it's not like I can't find it on Bricklink. I've just been waiting until it shows up in a store that I purchased from, because I don't want to put in a purchase for just a single windshield piece. I don't want to spend too much money on it. It's one of those things where I've got it on my wanted list, and eventually it'll end up in the collection. I'm just not in a big rush to go pick it up. This set is from the era that I first started buying Star Wars. So this was one of my first Star Wars sets that has some memories attached to it. I also have this one. Here is another one of those battle packs. We've got an army builder on our hands. Some of the city mining stuff. Josh and I both had a few of the city mining vehicles. Another nice Monster Fighters booklet here. So yeah, that's the mix for this round. But let's see, what year was this Star Wars? Because this is when I started buying Star Wars sets. Up to that point, I knew it existed. I don't think I had watched the movies until later in my childhood, and then even after I watched the first couple movies, I was not buying Star Wars at first. This is Star Wars Old Republic. Very short run of sets, a couple of them that have held their value pretty well. Josh ended up getting one of the, it was like a proto X-Wing fighter, dark red fighter. So the Old Republic, kind of one of those one-off licenses LEGO did within a license. 1 and 2 for this Jedi Starfighter. Desert Skiff manual, another BARC speeder. Here we go, Harry Potter, Indiana Jones, getting into some more of the varied themes now. Lord of the Rings, Ninja Turtles, and Space Police. Did you ever see such a range of themes in a single layout of instruction books? Alright, this is from number 4, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I didn't buy much Indiana Jones, but I remember seeing these and thinking they were interesting. And I've ended up with some as I've purchased stuff. Lord of the Rings, we actually had a question about this in Q&A. Do you wish you could bring Lord of the Rings license back? Well, of course, it has great castle builds, great figures. I think a lot of people enjoyed it while it was here, but more so people that have joined the LEGO phenomenon that are now LEGO fans missed it when it was here, and now that it's gone, really regretting the way that prices are going up for these. So they're harder to find. If you want to build up a LEGO Lord of the Rings collection, it's pretty cost prohibitive these days. So it'd be nice to see that come back, and now with our Amazon series in production, and maybe we will. Space Police 3 had some interesting story elements and characters, so that was a theme that I looked at here and there and never bought into, and don't have too many regrets at this point. I'm not one of those people that has unlimited resources to go pick up every theme, so I had to be really choosy when I was buying LEGO back in the day. And I know I bought more LEGO sets compared to maybe other kids my age, and as time has gone on, I haven't really grown out of the hobby. It's just kind of shifted gears for me into more of a collectible, and I mean, I still enjoy building too, but I've retained everything that I had originally, so I didn't necessarily go through the same dark age that people did. Some smaller booklets here. Kingdoms, Pharaoh's Quest, and Castle. So these two, kind of from late 2000, or this would be 2013, I think, and this would be right before that, in that same era. There's usually a copyright date on the back. 2010. You can actually date these books. 2013. Time to play LEGO Jeopardy. The last of the smaller manuals here before we get into some of the larger ones. I actually have separated out the Creator 3-in-1. I already had these sorted somewhat. So this is all 3 optional models from 31009. The Creator 3-in-1, kind of the hallmark of the series, is being able to rebuild stuff. Back in the old days, they just kind of put the pictures on the LEGO boxes and said, figure it out yourself. For a little while now, they've actually had the 3 alternate models with full instructions, so that you really do get the most bang for your buck, even for the younger kids who might not be able to piece things together. So all 3 of those for that set. I'm actually more partial to this one. So the original Lego Movie, 2014, the 70804 Ice Cream van, all 3 alternate models, well, 2 alternate models, 3 instruction books. The main van, and then what it gets rebuilt into during the final battle in the movie. So that's nice to have all 3 from this set. But going back to what I was just saying, like, I have all these books. They're from the same collection as the rest of the pieces, but I don't have all the really nice pieces from these sets. So the minifigs, yeah, I might have the head or the hair piece here and there, but there's no way that I could put this original set, 7189, back together from the pieces I have in this haul. So it is what it is. I mean, I paid $200 for, worked out to 70 some pounds of Lego, which is a good deal. And I'm glad that I was able to get it, but at the same time, you know, what could have been, what these instructions are telling me is these pieces at one point were also in the collection. So at least I have these instruction manuals. This Kingdom set, I think, was this the only set that ever had the Lego goat? Because the Lego goat has become a $40 piece on Bricklink, which is kind of insane. I know it's a kind of a running joke on Brickset. If Hugh reviews something, there might actually be a goat hidden in the review somewhere. And so it kind of has that same thing going on right now with Brickstar's tipper trucks. Just kind of an inflated value on that. So the Kingdoms Windmill, a set that I definitely had my eye on back in the day and never got. Mars Mission. Yeah, this is the theme that I think I should have bought more of. I got one little expedition. It just had an astronaut and a robot. So that was all I ever originally bought when this theme was on shelves, in stores, whatever you want to call it. When this was on regular release. I think I should have got more of this. Now it's alright because I've ended up with some more over the years. Usually when I buy bulk lots, I don't have manuals coming in with those, but now I have 7697 Mars Mission. Kind of an interesting deal. I might try to build this up sometime now that I have a manual, because I know I do have most of those parts. Another small one, Construction Monster Fighters, book 1 and 2 of 9464 with the hearse and a little castle courtyard. It's got a laser, I guess. Oh, wait a second. It's 9464 and 9466. These are 2 different sets. But this is the second manual. I don't know if I have the first one. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. A couple more here. Books 1, 2, and 3 for this City Octane Racer. This was a precursor to Speed Champions. Let's see, what year was this out? 2013. Speed Champions debuted in 2015. So 2 years before Speed Champions, City was kind of filling in the race vibes for us. Another Star Wars 75045. That Clone Walker. Creator 31036. I have 2 of those manuals. Alternate build. 30136. Oh, I have all 3. Look at that. 31010. All 3 of those as well. Okay, the video is getting a little bit long, so I'm actually going to split this into 2 videos, at least. I don't think it'll take more than that to get through the last stack here, but the pieces for most of the sets, most of the pieces for the sets in these manuals are probably mixed in addition to some pieces that aren't represented in the manuals. It's just been over, I think it's been through hands a couple times. It's been picked through to get most of the minifigs, most of the good minifigs out. What was left was actually completely broken down into individual pieces. So I'm guessing there are definitely people going through getting minifigs out at some point. It's like second-hand Lego, but the instruction came with it. And it's interesting to go through and kind of see the range of years. Definitely more than I first expected. The range of themes here pretty wide as well. We also kind of get to see the overlap between the 4-digit set number and the 5-digit set number. And there's a couple specialties in here. Well, that's 5-digit, but some of the other stuff has different numbering schemes. So that's kind of right in the middle of where this is at. And
kind of looking at that split in the timeline as well. So stay tuned for part 2 of this video, just going through the rest of these instructions, some of the bigger ones in here. I know there is some older Star Wars that people might enjoy, so we will come up with that shortly, but yeah, that's it for this one. We'll see you guys in the next one.